Welcome back to Backyard Oasis Inspo, your go-to channel for transforming your outdoor spaces into havens of beauty and tranquility. Today, we're stepping back in time, dusting off forgotten treasures, and exploring the enchanting world of vintage garden decor ideas. This style is all about imbuing your garden with a sense of history, charm, and a whisper of romance, creating a space that feels both personal and timelessly elegant. If you love the idea of a garden that tells a story, then you're in the right place. Before we begin our journey into the past, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content, and perhaps even share in the comments what initially comes to mind when you think of vintage garden charm. Vintage garden decor is more than just a collection of old items. It's a philosophy that embraces the beauty of imperfection, the allure of aged materials, and the stories embedded in objects that have weathered the seasons. It's about creating an atmosphere of gentle nostalgia, a peaceful retreat where every corner holds a delightful discovery. The aesthetic often leans towards the romantic and the whimsical, but it can also be rustic and robust, depending on the elements you choose. The core feeling it evokes is one of comfort, of being connected to a simpler time, and of celebrating the enduring appeal of craftsmanship and character. key characteristics of a vintage garden often include the use of natural, time-worn materials. Think of weathered wood, perhaps from an old fence panel repurposed into a planter, or a forgotten ladder now serving as a stand for potted herbs. Wrought iron is another staple, appearing in ornate gates, elegant benches, or delicate trellises that support climbing roses or clematis. Galvanized metal, with its distinctive patina, brings a touch of rustic utility through items like old watering cans, buckets, or tubs, often repurposed as unique planters. Terracotta pots, especially those showing a bit of moss or fading, fit perfectly, as does aged stone in pathways, low walls, or as foundational pieces like bird baths and statuary. The color palette in a vintage garden tends to be soft and somewhat muted. Imagine faded pastels, creamy whites, gentle greens, and soft grays, often reflecting the natural aging process of materials. The rich browns of old wood, the verdigris on copper, and the rusty hues of aged iron all contribute to this authentic vintage feel. Brighter colors can certainly be incorporated, perhaps through a carefully chosen painted piece of furniture or, most beautifully, through the vibrant blooms of classic garden flowers like roses, lavender, peonies, and hydrangeas, which complement the vintage aesthetic wonderfully. Furniture in a vintage-style garden often prioritizes charm and character over sleek modernity. A delicate wrought iron bistro set invites intimate conversations, while a sturdy wooden bench, perhaps with peeling paint, offers a moment of quiet contemplation. Old crates can be cleverly stacked to form side tables, and antique wicker chairs, if protected from the elements, add a touch of bygone elegance. The key is to select pieces that look like they have a history, items that feel as though they've been part of the garden for generations. As we continue to explore the nuances of vintage garden decor, from finding those perfect pieces to integrating them harmoniously into your existing landscape, we'd love to hear from you. Which element of the vintage garden style resonates most with you so far? Is it the romance of aged iron, the rustic appeal of weathered wood, or the charm of repurposed treasures? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're enjoying this journey. Incorporating vintage elements into your own backyard oasis can be a delightful adventure. Start by visiting flea markets, antique shops, salvage yards, or even keeping an eye out for curbside finds. You don't need to transform your entire garden overnight. Sometimes a single, well-chosen piece, an old watering can brimming with flowers, a charmingly chipped bird bath, or a rustic metal sign can set the tone. Look for items with interesting textures, shapes, and, of course, that telltale patina of age. One of the great benefits of embracing vintage decor is its inherent sustainability. By giving old items a new life, you're not only adding unique character to your garden, but also reducing waste. This approach encourages creativity, prompting you to see the potential in objects others might overlook. An old colander can become a hanging basket, a chipped teacup a tiny succulent planter, or a discarded window frame an artistic backdrop for climbing plants. However, there are a few considerations to keep in mind. Authentically vintage items may require some care to withstand the outdoor elements. Wood might need sealing, and delicate metal pieces might be best placed in a sheltered spot. It's also about achieving a balance. The goal is a curated collection that evokes charm, not a cluttered space that feels like a junkyard. Choose pieces that speak to you and arrange them thoughtfully to enhance your garden's natural beauty. Don't be afraid of imperfections. In vintage design, chips, cracks, and fading are not flaws but rather testaments to an item's journey and character. They add to the story and the overall romantic, lived-in feel. Ultimately, creating a vintage garden is about crafting a space that feels deeply personal and wonderfully evocative. It's an invitation to slow down, to appreciate the beauty in the aged and the imperfect, and to connect with the enduring charm of the past. It's a style that allows for immense creativity and personal expression, resulting in a garden that is truly one of a kind. Thank you for joining us today on Backyard Oasis Inspo as we explored the delightful world of vintage garden decor ideas. We hope you feel inspired to sprinkle a little bit of history and romance into your own outdoor sanctuary. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next dose of backyard design inspiration. Until next time, happy gardening!